I'd like to first thank everyone for coming to this first of hopefully many yearly events here. The purpose of this is, here we're going to be able to recognize those who've done so much for veterans and student veterans in our area, and as a result, for student veterans across the country. I've never presented an award before, so if it seems like I'm winging it, you're on cue. As a veteran, I'm very appreciative when somebody stands behind me and my brothers and sisters in helping with issues that are usually recognizable, but not always easily addressed. In order for our voices to be heard, we need numbers. And even with numbers, a conduit is needed in order to get our message out and understood. We need liaisons to the system for changes to be made, and quite frankly, changes do need to be made. Over the past 2 years, a national organization has not only been formed, but has really taken off. Student Veterans of America has not only given student veterans a voice in Washington, but it's also spawned student veterans organizations at hundreds of college campuses across the country, ours included. A majority of these organizations are responsible for significant policy changes and restructuring at their campuses. They've laid the foundation to make the transition from soldier to student smoother and less daunting for our returning brothers and sisters by tapping into various resources in order to have our voices heard. Here in Rhode Island, we found two very important resources that have not only been willing to help student veterans, but have been unwavering in their support. They've been key in getting our name out and also in helping to obtain the resources and the contacts that are needed to grow as a viable, recognizable organization. Their contributions simply cannot be acknowledged with a thank you. Besides, when I try to express my gratitude to either one of them, I usually get the, well, I'm just doing my job. Be that as it may, I believe I need to convey our thanks and appreciation in a more tactile and significant way. Ergo, an award, recognizing those who have gone above and beyond in service and support of student veterans. And being the first annual, we felt that the award should be named after the initial recipient, or in this case, recipients. In order to get the two key individuals here tonight, I had to use a bit of creative deception. Both individuals being honored tonight know each other, and I kind of used that to my advantage. I told one of them he simply had to be here because a friend of his was being recognized for what he'd done, and I really needed him to cover this and possibly do a story or a column on it. He's shaking his head already. The other was told that he really should be here because his friend was getting the award, and I thought it'd be nice if he were here for it as well. And as far as I'm aware, neither one of them knew they were both being recognized tonight. They both made it here and are probably wondering right now what the heck I'm talking about, but I'm sure they figured it out by now. But it'll be clear in just a moment. If I can have Bob Kerr and Dan Evangelista come up here. John also.
You need help while we're getting up?
On behalf of college,
very sneaky.
Yeah, hey,
Very good though.
military.
We're easy. We're easy.
On behalf of student veterans today and in the future, the Rhode Island College Student Veterans Organization and the Student Veterans of America, I would like to present a small token of appreciation to two individuals that have given of their time, effort, and resources to raise the awareness of some of the difficulties and issues facing our veterans and student veterans. Bob Kerr has done so much for veterans and student veterans. With his unique perspective as a fellow veteran and his position as a columnist for the area's largest newspaper. Through his columns in the Providence Journal, Bob has been instrumental in rallying much needed and greatly appreciated support for student veterans from sources near and far and high and low. In his columns and the way he presents them, they're always done on meaningful issues that hit home to so many no matter what the subject. He has delivered messages that are all too often unheralded or unheard, especially when it comes to veterans issues. Bob has kind of been our go-to guy for getting our message out and helping us to occasionally ruffle a few feathers in the process. Dan Evangelista has also raised the awareness on the hardships, or of the hardships facing veterans and student veterans, and he continues to do so, giving generously of his time and of his resources. Through Dan's efforts and generosity, the Rhode Island Student Veterans Organizations were able to send 2 representatives to Washington, D.C. to take part in the push for the new post-9/11 GI Bill. This allowed us to meet key people and make valuable allies in our fight for resources for our brothers and sisters. Dan continues to find time to meet with John Powers and I to offer advice, ideas, and guidance in our efforts toward meeting the needs of student veterans. Through their efforts, Rhode Island Student Veterans Organizations have received countless offers of support from many individuals, businesses, and organizations. Because of them, people know who we are and why we are here. We still have a long road ahead of us, but I know that with the knowledge and support that they have so selflessly given and continue to offer, that road will be that much smoother, unlike Rhode Island's roads. I could continue showering them with accolades, but we'd probably be here for quite a while. So, therefore, tonight, tonight, the Rhode Island College Student Veterans Organization and the Student Veterans of America would like to present these 2 outstanding individuals with an award recognizing their efforts and contributions as key supporters of student veterans. In this, our first year, we felt that both Dan Evangelista and Bob Kerr were more than deserving of our thanks and our gratitude. Therefore, our first annual Evangelista Kerr Award for service and support of student veterans is presented to both Dan Evangelista and Bob Kerr.
Thanks, Tom. Holy mackerels.
Now, these particular individual awards have been personalized with just your name and just your name.
Okay. Beautiful.
Along with them, we have the certificates.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Evangelista Kerr Award.
And you know, for years to come,
Huh?
for years to come, this could become a big, big award, and you guys know that you got your names on it.
You have to wheel us back. Veterans are always going to be real close and special to me. And Tom gave me a great opportunity when he started becoming active in this organization to take a look at, what exactly is going on campus. So I'm glad to help, and I'm around, I'm available. But thanks very much for this. This is really nice.
Same. My feelings are the same about Robert. We've known each other for a long time. When you start talking years, it goes into decades, and that's where we're at now. But it's been a bumpy ride when it comes to Veterans Affairs, but it's been a smooth ride when it comes to comradeship. When you talk about your buddies, you know what I mean. Who's got your back. I mean, that's when you can stand up proud, because those of us who've and any institution that you're in, you always have buddies. But when you're in the military, you know that it's a tight thing. But thank you so much for honoring us. But let me just say, it's an honor to be part of this youth movement, as we will call it, the youth movement, and because let me tell you, we have a long way to go with this. Let's use the new GI Bill as an example. I mean, I'm so thrilled. I mean, it gets the juices flowing. George and I were just talking about when we need, a little stress just to get us over the hump a little bit, and it's like it's going to be stressful because there's a lot that's going to be happening, and a lot that has to happen is, we look at it as for the vet, for the military person who happens to have veterans benefits coming to them. But we know that there aren't deep pockets anymore, so there's going to be